Hi, so this is Sharon, Coach Sharon. I'm here to talk about pricing. A lot of people, let me know if it's you. When the phone rings and people call you and say, "Hey, I want a 360 this weekend." Do you just spurt out a number? Like, do you just say, "Oh, it's going to be $1,200"? What do you say? Like, how do you know how to price them? There's some things that you need to know before you give somebody a price. Biggest thing for me is when, right? Are you even available? If you're not available, but you still want to quote them, you need to know need to know the date and the time so that you know if you have somebody who can white label it for you, if you have an attendant you can put on it, if you have enough booths to put on it. So you need to know the date and the time first. I'm going to share my screen. Most of you should be using some sort of a CRM system. I use 17 Hats, and it basically has an option that I use called lead generation form. And from that form, people fill out all the things I need to kind of know before I give them a quote. All right, so let me share that with you. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Share screen. Okay. There we go. All right. So in my 17 ads, oops. Sorry, guys. Leads. Let's go to leads. Let's go to lead capture form. I said generation. Ha ha ha. All right. So lead. Start from, let's see, this is my website form. Let me look at all my leads. I have a lot of them. I don't like that one. It might be this one. Let's see. Yeah, this one. Okay. So basically, I want to know who I'm talking to. I need their name. I need their phone number. I need their email because we need to stay in contact. You know, they're not going to respond right away. So you need to be able to follow up with them. Experience. What do they want? Like, a lot of people just call you and be like, "Oh my God, I want a photo booth." Which one? I got 9. If you only have one, great. They found you somewhere where they saw that you had a photo booth. They Googled and looked up photo booths and you came up. And what I found is people don't know what they want. People assume they know what you have, but they don't. So this is where you want to give them some insight into what they could possibly have. So for me, the classic photo booth 360s, selfie booth plus, and I have to give descriptions all digital. That means there's no prints, or put no prints, all digital, no prints. Virtual. Some people think virtual is green screen. Some people think virtual is, I don't know. Like, it's so weird what people think when they read your descriptions. You know what it is, but they don't. So make sure you're very descriptive here. 360, or I put roaming and people thought that was 360 because it goes around. They're like, well, roaming, okay. But no, it's not the same thing. So you got to be very descriptive with your products. If you only have one, great. But if you have multiple, make sure that you're very descriptive with your products and hit okay. And have that conversation. So if you're getting calls, have the conversation with the person that's calling. If it's an email, you need to dig a little deeper. So you send them a form like this and get a little bit more insight. I would love to send you a quote. I just need a little bit more information. Please fill out this form. And you can put anything you want to know. You know, this is just what I put, right? And I play with it. You see, I have a whole bunch of them. So I play with it. Okay. And see if it works, if I'm getting what I want out of it. What date are you planning the event for? Like I said, you need to know when it is. City, I'm in a tri-state. I live in Virginia, but I do DC, I do Maryland. So I need to know where it is so I can judge if it's something I want to do. A lot of times, especially in the beginning of my business, it was so weird. I was doing multiple cities. I was doing New York, Virginia, DC. And it was weird that when someone would book for New York, a lot of people would book at the same time. So I would end up being in New York for like a week doing events, which was great. And so I haven't been as lucky lately. So now I'm getting calls. And so I'm up and down 95 and it's driving me bananas. So you want to see if it's a city that you already got events going on that week or whatever. All right. So city, state. If you're only in one city, maybe this question is what venue or what side of town, you know what I mean? Will the photo booth be indoors? Oh my God. We're getting to that moment. It is now May. People want those outdoor events. Are you going to do outdoor events this year? I told myself last year I wasn't doing any more outdoor events. I'm going to pass them along. And I still may do that. Outdoor events are different. You have to really worry about lighting, about weather. And if it's outdoors, you should charge more. I do. Charge more. You have to clean your equipment because it's going to get dirty. What if it rains? What if something gets damaged? What if, the load in is up a hill and down a gravelly road, or, it's so many things when it comes to outdoors. The client doesn't think about it. It's like, oh yeah, put it outside on the lawn. No, I need level ground. I can't sit a 360 in the middle of the grass. You know what I mean? So these are things that you have to have that conversation with, and it starts here. Finding out, is it an indoor event or is it outdoor event? Type of event, big question. Is it a festival? Is it a wedding? Is it a baby shower? That makes the difference in your pricing. If somebody is calling you for a baby shower, that price shouldn't, for 3 hours, that price should not look the same as somebody calling you for a festival with 10,000 people for 3 hours. Totally different quote. And you should not be like, how much is your booth for 3 hours? That number, I can't say that. I can't say it's $200 an hour. It's $300 an hour. I can't say that until I know more information. So make sure you're getting the information, because if your pricing is on your page and they see that you're $200 an hour, they think you're $200 an hour for anything. And you don't want that. So I don't have my pricing on my website for this reason. If you want to keep it there as a starting point, or at least say starting at, don't say it is, just say starting at blah, blah, blah. And then you can work from there. What is the theme of the event? That's really cool, because this is where you get to be creative. It's an enchanted forest prom. Oh wow, I have that really cool backdrop that will work with this. Send them a picture of the backdrop when you send the quote. You're kind of buying them in, bringing them in, so they have to usually like, oh, we want to use that other photo booth, but they don't even have a good backdrop. This company has a good backdrop. Let's pay the extra money. You know what I mean? So you want to know the theme, and maybe you can come up with some ideas when you're sending the quote, All right. How many guests are attending? This is huge. What the rule for me is, if it's more than 300, an additional booth is needed. Suggested. They don't have to get it. A lot of them, like, I don't care. Whoever uses the booth, whoever uses the booth. Some people care. Like, oh, it's a 10,000 person event. We need multiple booths because we want as many people to utilize it, right? Like, you need to find out their goal. That's the other thing. When you're having a conversation with people, do you feel like they don't really know why they're getting a photo booth? It happens. So find out, if you are able to talk to them, find out why do they want a photo booth? What is the goal of the photo booth? Is it there just to entertain? Is it there to get content? Is it there to build brand awareness? Like, why do they want a photo booth? What are they expecting from this photo booth? A lot of times, and I know because you go through this process, a lot of times we are the end all be all. We are it when it comes to entertainment at an event. They're expecting us to do everything. Razzle, dazzle, shine, tip, tap, what is it going to, not tip, tap. What do you do when you dance with those little shoes on? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they expect everything from you. And you can kind of tell in the booking process where it's leading to. So if they're constantly calling you, asking you, where's my frame? What is this? Da, 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 where are you going to set up? Blah, blah, blah. Like, if they have all these questions, you're it. You are it. They ain't got nothing else coming. So you better be ready. Have the best attendants that are engaging, because they're expecting you to really pull this event through. Okay. What is the start time of your event? Sometimes, and I ask this question on purpose, sometimes, especially like with weddings, other events, there's other things going on that don't concern the photo booth. But you want to know if the event starts at 2, but they want the photo booth to start at 4. You need to know that. You don't want to walk into an event because they have the photo booth in the middle of it, and you walk straight into, let's say, somebody presenting. Last week, we walked right into a wedding as they were saying our dues. I mean, it wasn't our fault, but it wasn't our event either. And so also you want to know that information, so what access you will have to your contact. So if the event starts at 2 and the photo booth is supposed to start at 6 and you show up at 4, well, your contact may be too busy. They may not be able to help you. They might be stressed out. Something might have went wrong. So knowing where people are and what's happening at the time that you arrive is very important. And of course, what time does the event end? Okay, if they're trying to book you for the photo booth between 6 and 8 and the event stops at midnight, how are we getting out of there? Think about it. If they put you in the ballroom all the way across and all these tables, are you going to drag your equipment through their event to get out? They need to either pay for idle time or they need to put you in a place where you can easily break down and get out of there without causing a big distraction. Okay. So these times are very crucial when you are pricing, and you price that way. Be like, oh, or it could just be that that's what you do. If the event is from 2 to midnight, but they only want the photo booth for 2 hours, those other hours are considered idle time. You're setting up early. You're going to be there at 12 noon. You're going to set up the booth. It's going to idle until the booth starts at 6 p.m. You'll come back or whatever. Do your booth. Go sit in the car. Wait till the event is over. Go back in and break it down. That's what I would do if you have nothing else to do. Sometimes that helps. The little different times, it helps. But if you want to be the most professional, that's what I would do. You don't have to show that you're pricing it for idle, but I would add in that idle time or put it to the side and let them know why you're adding that idle time. Okay. And idle time is any time that the photo booth has to be in its space, set up, ready to go, but not going. People assume idle time is anytime you were standing there not doing anything. No, sir. If you are there ready to go and somebody can walk up and use that photo booth, that is rental time. But if you're doing a wedding and they want you to set up in the ballroom before the reception and they need to take pictures and all that kind of stuff, but the photo booth is not in use, that's idle time. Okay. Because I've had people come back, well, we didn't use the booth during dinner, or we're going to put you in a hallway and only nobody used it during dinner because everybody was so engaged. No, ma'am. They could have went to the bathroom and used the photo booth. So that's not idle. How did you hear about us? This is always good. Did they find you on Google, social media? Did somebody suggest them? I don't know about you, but I give a referral discount if someone suggests me, or if they were at another event. I have in the question. Let me show you. It's a check. Oh, it's not. Okay, sometimes I put a checklist, but this one doesn't have a checklist. So you can put a checklist. Did you find me on social media? Did you find me on Google? Were you referred to me by someone? Da, da, da. Are you the decision maker? This is so important. I don't know why they will send. Well, I know corporate does this. Corporate will have interns seek out vendors, and then that's it. They seek them out. They get the quote. They submit it, but they really aren't the person that's going to decide, are we spending this money? So you want to find out who the decision maker is. And if there is someone other, find out what their name is in their emails. I also find if you're dealing with interns, sometimes their internship closes and ends and then they're gone. And now you have no contact to that company. So you want to make sure that you know who the decision maker is. Sometimes it's the mother of the bride or a bridesmaid, just, helping out. Somebody's helping out, trying to get this information. So you just want to make sure you always have the person with the purse information. Okay. And what type of photo booth experiences are you interested in? I think this is a repeat question. Let me just double check. Yeah, it is. I have to get rid of this. So yeah. So I think before I had up here, it was budget. And if you notice when I'm showing you those questions, it had money attached to it. So you're kind of giving them an estimate or a idea of how much it's going to cost to actually have you at their event. And so this is fun because you can just kind of play with these, try it out for a little while, see, how it works. If you're getting the information that you need and pricing correctly, you'll learn. Once you get on that job, you'll be like, I did not price myself high enough, or you know what, I overpriced them. Let me see what else I can do for them. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just wanted to jump on really quickly and show you how I do pricing, things that go into pricing, what you need to know before you price anybody. All right, have a good day. And again, if you want some more one-on-one information, you want to work with me one-on-one, please go to my website, Chit Chat Photo Booth, and I would love to schedule a quick assessment with you. Or if you know what you need, you know you got problems, let's work it out. You have 1 hour sessions, um, hour and a half, 2 hour sessions. You can get me for the month. You can even come and visit and do events with me. So I'm offering a day. This is a brand new feature, a day with Coach Sharon, where you actually pick one of my events, come with me, and you can pick your events based off the type of product. If you want to come and do a 360 event, if you want to come do a photo booth event, if you want to come do a green screen event, if you want to come do a roaming event, pick an event, come work with me, see how I prep for events, see what happens on the event, see what I do after the event. It'll be fun and also educational for you to learn and take back to your businesses. So again, chitchatphotobooth.com, sign up, and I will talk with you soon.